a way to demonstrate exactly what it is that we do in economic development. I will try as much as possible to make this within the 90 seconds. So we are creating an intervention for women-owned microenterprises. We have talked about the problems. We've talked about the root causes of those problems. We've designed a vision of the future, the pathway to the future, signposting our progress towards the future. We talked about the market systems that we should intervene in. We also talked about the incentives and triggers to attract private sector participation in our intervention. Today, then, it focuses on exactly what it is that's needed to be able to use those incentives and triggers that we spoke about yesterday. So, as you can see on the mind map here, there are two things that I think we really need to have in order for us to take advantage of the incentives and the triggers that we may have listed out. And that's clarity. The first is clarity. This usually is where most interventions fail. Clarity on the exact change that we want to see in the market systems. Very often we use terms like inclusive business. Inclusive business in itself means absolutely nothing. It's important for you to be able to tell us, tell yourself, tell the colleagues, your donor, exactly what it means. Now, generally, this can mean a completely new business model. And if it is a new business model, you need to think in terms of what the value proposition is to the customer, potentially including your beneficiaries, what the channel of getting that value proposition to the customer is, including your beneficiaries, the sort of relationship that you need to have with your, that the private sector partner needs to have with the customer, hopefully including your beneficiary. And the second type of inclusive business is a slight change in the way beneficiaries or the partner presents its business. So effectively changing towards your beneficiaries, the expansion of market size or the scope of customers. Those are beneficiaries become customers, agents, employees, suppliers, or partners. So you need to be able to tell us what change, which one of those is the change that you seek to make in the market. That's what the clarity is. The second type of clarity that you really need to try and work on, it's investment. What's the cost of that change that you seek to see in the market systems within your partner? So there are internal cost, management, decision cost, money, structural change, disrupts transactions and cost money, operational change. These are very serious cost. These have cost implication for your private sector partner. External cost of change. Do you require the partner to invest in supply chain, distribution chain, and new relationships with customer partners, regulators, or other type of partners? The other clarity that's required is the value proposition that you as an MSD or market systems project presents to your partner. What exactly is it that you need? What's the value that you are going to provide the private sector partner so the private sector partner comes into a relationship with you? And this is another pitfall for us, because rather than be clear about what the idea is, attempt to sell what the idea is or what the value proposition is, what we tend to do, especially if we have the mandate to co-fund, to sub-grant, or even give some sort of equity participation. So what we tend to do is go straight to co-funding, speak to partners and telling them that we will fund a particular change. That reduces the impact because the partner will not own you are effectively buying change. The other value that we may bring to the intervention may be technical input. So would this technical input be provided by the project staff or an external expert that will come and help us design whatever it is that's needed? That is the value proposition that you need to have as a project for your partner. It's important that this is done because generally, if you don't have this clarity, you design poor intervention. The second bit of this that's important is the approach that you take when you're engaging with your partner or with the market systems as a whole. So learning mentality, you need to listen, and listen some more. Listen to your beneficiaries, listen to your partners, listen to the markets. Be prepared. You have to have facts. Evidence-based assertions. Do not go and make assertions that are not backed by some sort of evidence, some sort of assessment or analysis that you've seen or you have done. Be aware that you do not know anything. You are not the expert. The beneficiaries, the partners, the market actors are the expert. You are here to facilitate relationships between the private sector partner and your beneficiaries. That's what you're here to do. So it's important that that's on top of mind. Please do not buy intervention. Do not buy change. This is a pitfall that we often fall into in market systems development. This is the discussion for today, and I hope you've enjoyed this, and I've tried to keep it as short as possible. Please leave comments below, and we shall see tomorrow where we develop this idea further.